new
We
intro.
live. What? You're gonna get a new
we
intro?
working on it?
Don't do that. Oh my god.
No, like not a new intro,
Okay.
like a new look of an intro. Like,
Yeah,
That's fair.
like we've been
I
using
failed.
that. We've been using that. What was that one for? Because we used to do a different look.
That's
every
true.
I think that was Ratchet and Clank.
Was that Ratchet and Clank? Yeah,
Ratchet?
we
I
should
think that
do
was
it.
Ratchet.
PJ, it's okay.
Now I'm awake.
Ratchet
Nap time.
and Clank.
We're
I'm
gonna
tired
ratchet.
today. I don't want to work today. I'm tired.
No, you got to work.
Tired and
Too
sick.
tired.
On my
Is
end.
anybody even watching us? Because we're live, right?
We're live. We're live. We're live. Welcome everybody to Trailer Talk. Today we're gonna watch the trailer for Midnight Mass on Netflix. It is already out. I think this is probably the first episode that we've done a trailer for a show that's already out.
That's true. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
I can go
normally-
watch this tonight?
Yeah.
You
go
can.
watch
This
Yeah,
is
watch the
my
trailer
like
Yeah.
and go watch
vain
it tonight.
attempt for you all to go and watch this show.
I'm planning
Go watch
to.
this.
I'm planning to.
Well, I'm
But
going to do it too.
funny
Yeah,
enough
the
though,
problem is my wife has like a hard rule, like we can't watch horror after dark because she gets too scared and she has to wake up in the middle of the night to feed the kid, and she like will have
yeah.
fears that like there's gonna be like some demon behind the chair that's gonna
Smart
eat her
woman.
soul.
Your wife has a
So-
lot of rules, I'm noticing.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not allowed to speak after the
that comes
15th
out
of
of your
the hour.
that comes out of your mouth a lot. I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder.
it's
I'm
a good
starting to
household
think,
she's running right there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm gonna give this a thumbs up all by
Yeah.
myself. There you go. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching the video and you like it so far.
Yeah, it's
This is
26
intro.
people on
Just
here. I
give us
want
a thumbs up.
26 thumbs up. Come on, guys.
Hey.
How hard
Yeah.
is that?
It's good. It's good.
I put
My
thumbs
God.
down just to even out.
Don't fucking do that. Don't you know I hate that? Don't do that.
It'll make PJ think for ages. That's
Barbara-
PJ's
Barbara
horror movie.
Bernay, I would seem because it has the little asterisk head.
Barbara.
I'm literally about to watch the last 2 episodes right now. I'm so sitting this one out, but I've been really enjoying the show so far.
Oh,
Sit when I want to
okay.
take my
So
spot. You can talk about it.
I was gonna say though, Barbara, we're not gonna spoil this. I'm the only one that's seen it, so there won't be any spoilers in this. If there is spoilers, we'll make it very well known, but there probably won't be because they haven't seen
Yeah.
it. It's just me that's seen it. So you're
mean,
good. You're good to watch the.
I might throw just some random spoilers in. Just they're not real.
Yeah.
But I might just make it up.
like
you
Darth
know.
Vader
spoilers?
is Luke's
Yeah.
father.
I'm
Yeah.
spoiling that. I might spoil some shit.
Totally. Like the Green Power Ranger is Rahul Kohli. You know.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, that would be so cool.
that would be actually really cool. Make that
Hi,
happen,
Amelia.
internet.
Hey, Amelia! Don't burn
Hey,
yourself.
Matthew.
Cook safely.
It is. It's like
Hey,
romper.
Sharon.
It's romper room. I
It's
look in and there's Barbara and
Go for it. Goki, Sharu. What's up, Sharu? Connor,
so
hello.
glad you're all here today to join us as we go
Yes.
into the Devil's Lair to talk about that religion shit.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it's
this is what the
Amen.
so
devil's gonna
fascinating
do.
that I've seen all of these episodes. There's 7 episodes right now on Netflix. If you'd like to go watch it, you can. You can watch it straight after this. But you
Can I
know,
watch
stick
it
around
right
for
now?
Good,
this.
Steven.
But I actually
watched
haven't seen the
Midsommar.
trailer.
It's really good.
Oh, really?
The trailer's
No,
good.
I haven't seen the trailer. I just saw the promotion
how is
for
it
it, and I was
possible?
like,
'Cause,
nah,
like,
right, I'm gonna give this a go.
Netflix
Binge
makes
watched
you
it.
watch the trailer while you're about to even click on play.
Ah,
Like, you have
no.
to watch like
Yeah.
Yes, it does. But I had already seen all like
Boy.
pre-promotional material, so I've seen like photos and stills, and it's been on Twitter. And
Okay.
then the trailer was released, and I never watched the trailer. But when it came on to Netflix on the 24th, and it was coming out, I was like, oh great. So I just went in and clicked into it. I didn't even give it time to roll the trailer. I
there a
was like,
test
oh,
on
I'm not
this?
gonna do this.
Wow.
Yes, there's gonna be a test on
Test
this.
on this?
Oh shoot.
I hope not.
Shut up,
I'm not
Chad.
taking notes.
All right, come on. Let's
All right,
roll
let's
this
go,
damn
let's go.
trailer. I want to see it.
Let's
Count
go
me
to
down.
church.
Okay, we're gonna count you down. I might move you a little bit, PJ. You sunken into your chair a little bit. So I'm just gonna.
I can sit up. I'm just getting tired. I can sit up a
There
little
you
bit.
go. There you go.
I'm drinking a coffee, get a little boob sweat right now.
Oh, nice. All right.
Sexy.
Okay, so I
Juicy.
will count you down. We are going to play the trailer in 3, 2, 1. Play.
I walked
I like the song right away.
I know. I do too.
an empty land.
Oh,
I knew
the football kid.
pathway like
Friday Night
the
Lights.
back of my hand.
Welcome home,
So
honey.
sweet.
I recognize all of these actors, but I can't think.
That's the
of
guy from Friday Night Lights.
that. See, that's
Second
Is
QB.
this the place
Ooh, that's beautiful.
we used to
Nice,
love?
nice shots. My God.
Is this the place that I've been dreaming of?
There's your Pellman hit.
I know you struggled with what happened.
With what I I did.
Yes. We thought you did.
Oh,
Oh,
Now
what
he's
the?
here.
Is he okay?
things took a
Good
turn.
morning. I know I'm not who you expected to see. Just know I'm only
'Cause I'm
here
the
to
devil.
help, and I look forward
Yeah,
to meeting
totally.
you all.
I don't like this church.
I love horror movies that use Christianity. I just love it.
I'm a pretty rational guy.
Dead animals is always a bad sign.
He's
especially
too
in-
happy.
We are living in a miraculous time.
I like the repetitive of this score.
I think I'm crazy. I mean, what's a little crazy
Oh, I know
between
her.
friends, right?
It's a little crazy between friends. That was the creepiest line ever.
Come on.
What are you doing?
It's great.
Come on.
What is wrong with you? Stop it.
It's not funny.
Walk is just, oh my god.
That's a child.
What in the hell? Whoa.
What was that? Did somebody cut in a little bit of Little Mermaid there?
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. yeah.
Open your minds.
No.
Yeah, Misha's gonna love that
No.
I want you
shit.
to
We're
run.
binge watching.
I like people just
I
screaming
am
and running.
so
and there's
glad
things on
that
fire.
you'll be with us for what comes next.
That would be me in like panic mode. I'd just be walking while chaos is going on.
And the
behind me.
chaos is just running around you.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice, nice.
That's a good.
You know what I love about
good
TV
trailer.
nowadays is that if that was shot years ago for network, it would all been shot under daylight with bright lights and everything and fire in the day and
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
nice and clean, so it worked on every single television. I love that that thing is practically lit with a candle. It just
It's
looks so freaking
so well
good.
lit.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly,
It's
like,
super DSAT. Super
Yeah,
DSAT.
after
DSAT,
watching
that's
it-
like an industry term.
DSAT.
DSAT. It's called
DSAT.
DSAT, man. So
What?
cool, that DSAT shit.
like
Yeah, I like it.
I feel like after doing so many of these trailer talks, like, you know, speaking to yourself, speaking to Stephanie about like editing, about lighting, about sound, like, it really has taught me to look for these things that would maybe normally come across like over my head or something. But this
stick
is
with
so
us, we'll make you
freaking well.
smarter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's it. Watching CouchSoup
Or
episodes
not.
will make you smarter.
Wait till you have a kid. We'll tell you how to raise it.
Ah.
Fair.
I mean, I don't really know anything.
No. That's all right. It's your first time, so.
I always
Yeah.
joke
You'll
with
get it right
my
the
wife,
next
it's
one,
tough
Drew.
raising 3 girls.
Yeah, must be nice though.
Yeah. Yeah. PJ just sent a bunch of dresses to my house. It's weird.
Oh.
I have a boy.
Oh.
Those are for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you so
Aaron.
much.
When you get back into this office, it's going to look a little different in here, okay?
Things have changed. And
And you know that
Yes.
red ball that I sent you with that little strap? Don't forget that one.
Does that go up here or down there?
Just put it in your mouth there, but just
Both.
chew down on it. You're going to need it. You're going to have to bite down on something
Bite
real
down
hard.
hard. Oh no.
Right.
I'm gonna have to go to church. Oh.
Okay.
segue.
Take me
Yeah.
to
Well,
church.
look at this.
Take me to
What
church.
Sharu
Take
actually
me
said
to
in the
church, Jesus.
what Sharu said in the chat said that the trailer was really well done without spoiling anything.
Yes.
Yes, I've just watched that. Like I said,
Same.
I actually hadn't seen the trailer. It's so interesting how there's literally nothing spoiled from this trailer. It gives you just the right amount of hints. Oh, it's good.
I do have to admit, though, it didn't tell me what the hell was going on.
No, and that's the
only
point.
problem.
No, I
know,
like
but
that.
It didn't like I'll watch it just because
Yeah.
I like that shit and I love when they involve Christianity into the
Sure.
scary shit. I love that. But when you don't really get EJ, thank you again
Thanks,
for that
EJ.
format.
Thanks,
Oh, thank you.
You just don't get a sense of, well, why should I watch this? I got some about a guy's coming home and he's gonna get scared or his town is just fucking nuts. Like, okay, I get that, but I don't have any sense of dramatic need. So the better come in fast, because whenever something doesn't have a dramatic need or it takes a long time to get into the dramatic need, you watch people, they pick their phones up or they grab something and
Sure.
you've got to have that dramatic need early. So I don't know what anybody's dramatic need is here yet. So it would make me hard to watch it just out of the gate, outside of its all
Okay.
its creepiness.
Well, it seems like Mike Flanagan has a thing even because didn't he pin Doctor Sleep to maybe I'm mistaken, but doesn't he have a thing for like addicts? Like he like every one of his characters, like in the House of Bly Manor and the House of Hunt Hill, like there's always a character that's like struggling with like an
Struggling with
addiction,
addiction.
He did.
or something.
He did.
Yeah, like
He did do Dr. Sleep.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the main character here is also gonna struggle with some sort of addiction.
Well,
of
he
some
doesn't
sort.
look like. Yeah, it looks like because he meets with the priest, and it looks like almost like a little like Alcoholics Anonymous like
Yeah.
private meeting. Like,
Right.
so. I mean, yeah. Who who knows?
Well,
I do.
kind of
I
like-
know.
I know. Yeah, you know. Which kind of like, because that obviously the main character has to second guess what he's seeing, right? Otherwise, it's sort of like, I saw some crazy shit, I'm gonna go tell people about it. But if he's sort of going through like strange like memories or PTSD or having withdrawal or something, then like the crazy shit he's seeing probably is he's rationalizing it, right? So there has to be a reason for the main character to kind of like walk us to the edge, before like we as the audience are screaming like, no dude, you need to like call the cops or do something
Right now.
yeah.
Sharu's
gotta-
right though. I think I'm pronouncing their name right in the chat. But Flanagan was an altar boy and I guess saw some weird shit, and he puts a lot of that Christianity into. My dad did that once. So I said, Dad, why don't we go to church anymore? Don't talk about it. I mean, he literally said that to me. I was like, ooh, Daddy got diddled by a priest. Daddy got
Oh
diddled by
my
a
gosh.
priest.
No, no.
Oh.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I saw that as well, that he had been an altar boy, and that kind of makes sense. It's like particularly in this whole show says a lot about religion and devout religious people in particular. Yeah,
Did you ever hear that joke about the
Very
young
good.
priest? And he's doing his first confession, and he goes in there, and he's got a girl in there, and she, bless me, Father, if I've sinned, I gave my boyfriend a blowjob. And he's like going through his notes, and he can't find, the penance for a blowjob, and he opens the back of the confession door, and he grabs an altar boy that goes by, and he goes, oh, what's the father giving for a blowjob these days? And the altar boy goes, usually a bag of chips and a Coke.
Oh no!
Oh my god. Although, like, I mean, what did I expect, honestly, when you started telling that joke? I don't
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Where was
I really
that
have to
gonna
manage
go?
my
We
expectations.
knew
here.
where it was gonna go.
And why'd that episode get demonetized?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, did we just get a letter from the Catholic Church? What's
Yeah.
that?
They don't have any
A cease
power
and
anymore.
desist, huh?
No.
No, it's a really interesting concept, and you see it from the show that there is two characters here, the sheriff and his son, and they are practicing Muslims, which is a really nice dynamic in this, I guess, really religious, Catholic religious, Christian religious town. It gets interesting. I will also say that Sharu hit it on the nose. They said it has a bit of a slow start, but when it picks up, it picks up. I would agree. I think like the first
episode, or do you got to watch one of the 1, 2, 3 episode kind of bullshit?
No, I think that, like, the first episode gives you enough to continue watching, but I think there definitely is a slow unravel, and then when it picks up in 3 and 4, like, you just can't stop then. Like, I binge watched this whole show. It's and some of the endings are just like, oh, that's tasty. I need to get more of that. So yeah, very interesting. Very interesting.
Matthew's a recovering alcoholic, a recovering Catholic. I'm
So I
with
find
you, buddy.
comedy great. Yeah, nice.
Does this like how it feels like this has like a little bit of a Exorcist vibe in a way, in the sense that
Sure.
obviously religion, but also like in the way it's shot too, like in the it kind of, it's giving me like in the remake kind of that kind of vibe, which is kind of cool. And that, by the way, the guy who plays, I'm gonna look up his name, Hamish Linklater as Father Paul. Like, oh my God, that is
love
like
him.
the perfect casting. He looks like spot on, like a creepy priest. I don't know why, but like, it's just like when you look at his face, you're like, that dude's evil. Like, I don't know.
I'm not getting in a confessional booth with
Yeah,
you.
no, yeah,
No.
but also there's a weird charmingness about
Sure.
like him. Like it's so good.
He's excellent in this.
I really
I
like
would
Like
imagine.
trailer.
the whole, I think the priest character story is extremely well done. I think there's definitely some other characters in here that we like. I think Mike Flanagan only touches the surface of quite a lot of these characters. I feel like there could have been more deep dive, I guess, but in saying that, I don't think that was probably the point. Like, I think there's a bigger message, and there's other things to delve in with other characters. So, yeah.
Where was it shot? Does anybody know where it was shot?
I do not know that. No, it's based
I
on
don't know.
Crockett Island off Maine. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's based on a real place, right?
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be a real. It might have been shot there, for all I know. I don't know.
Quick
What's it
Google,
called
go.
again? What was it called again?
Go. Midnight
What was
Mass.
the TV show called?
Anything?
Crockett Island.
Crockett Island. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it
Um,
looks like. Yeah, it says Crockett Island for Midnight
Vancouver.
Mass.
Shot,
shot
in
in
Canada.
Vancouver. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks, Risa. Risa? I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
This looks really good. I gotta say, I really liked the trailer. I also liked the use of the song, and like it just kept on repeating and repeating. Like, you're gonna let me in, like, and like it just kept on like building and building. I love that part. Every time I've watched it, I'm like, like, and I don't like scary stuff, but like, so I'm prepared. I'm gonna be watching this probably during the day, not at night. But
I have to say, I
everything-
think this is the least scary one out of the three that I'm like referring
really?
referring to, like the Haunting of
Oh,
Hill House
okay.
and the Haunting of Bly Manor. This is definitely the least scary one for me.
okay.
Well,
But
is it? I
probably
guess
be-
scary's.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I feel like I would probably spoil something if I said more. Go ahead.
Well, I wonder, and maybe, and this is a question, since you've seen it, and I don't think this is spoilery, but like where a House of Bly Manor and Haunting of Hill House, like those are sort of, they were somewhat suspenseful, but mostly like based on like kind of like jump scares where you see like a ghost
True.
in the corner,
Yes.
and like it's sort of like this atmospheric, scary, sort of on edge. Is this similar, or like where it's like jump scare and it's more about the atmosphere, or is this like horror, like where you're like things are happening that's kind of like unnerving?
I would
to see?
actually say it's more unnerving and
Yeah.
it's less jump scare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can't watch anything with jump scares. I get so terrified. There's one or two in here, for sure. Across the 7 episodes, there definitely are one or two. Stuff that I didn't find particularly like, Jesus. That's apt.
Here's something interesting. So they shot it on Gary
Good.
Point, and it was an old fishing industry that had all been dilapidated and torn down. Or not torn down, but it just kind of, it wasn't there anymore. It's a historical place now. So they went and built all the buildings for Midnight Mass in a studio, weathered them, and then brought them out to the location. Isn't that
That's
crazy?
so cool. That's
And-
awesome.
This movie this show had a budget.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
It also looks extremely dilapidated and very almost forgotten island. So when you do see
Yeah,
some of
look
the
up
housing
Gary
and
Point.
sets, I'll
Yeah,
look.
got it up.
Yeah,
Um,
look up Gary, 2 R's, Gary Point. That thing is
It's definitely
it's
like,
dilapidated.
it's not a place. It's clearly not a place someone would choose to live.
Aspire
so when
to live to.
people are choosing to live there, you have to wonder why, and that's, I think, part of the whole aesthetic and the atmosphere that Mike Flanagan is trying to build there. It's really interesting.
It's all the religion.
Well, and like
Yeah.
the island, it looks so small, and it just seems like claustrophobic. And then the factor, like, you can't really escape. I feel like easily, like, you have to take a
Yeah.
ferry over to get somewhere else. Like, so to me, even that just kind of is like scary. So like the idea, like you're with all these people, and if you wanted to get away, you can't.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's like that small town too, where it's like everyone starts to become brainwashed in the sense that like there's like a shot I think where they're all like marching down like a path with like candles or
Oh, yeah.
something. It kind of like reminiscent of like a Frankenstein kind of thing. Like
Isn't that how you grew
like-
up in Kentucky?
Yeah, very much so. I escaped my cult. Luckily,
Yeah.
I was one of the few that got out. But
Can you still make those really cool baskets?
Maybe.
I don't want to bring it up, PJ. It brings back weird memories.
Whenever he brings a banjo out, I just run.
Yeah.
Do.
I follow Rahul Kohli, who's in this, playing the sheriff.
That's right.
And an interesting tidbit, because he's a Retro Replay alumni, he's actually been featured on a couple playthroughs with Nolan and Troy. And he apparently his sheriff character was inspired by Joel Miller from The Last of Us. Him and the director Mike Flanagan had a love for that game, and kind of that inspired, like, I guess, his portrayal of that character, which is pretty cool. I mean,
That's
And
really cool.
I have to say, it's almost evident. Like, being a fan of The Last of Us myself, like, it definitely feels evident in how Raul's playing that. I also, like, for the record, think Raul would make a fucking excellent Joel from The Last of Us. But I think, like, he also had a good handling in that with makeup and costume. So, like, this kind of, like, tattered denim jacket, the hair, the facial hair, it all sort of came from that inspiration of Joel, which is incredibly interesting.
yeah, and it's
a nice nod.
and just a quick shout out, like, we're playing Get Good. Liam and Todd are playing through the first Last of Us right now, and it's kind of check that out, by the way. I think they're continuing that playthrough this Sunday. They're getting close to some really good parts. I think winter's coming up, so but that portrayal will be interesting if you're watching Get Good and watching that playthrough, to kind of go back, and if you're watching Midnight Mass, to make that comparison. It'd be really cool.
Yeah, agreed. His performance in this is extremely understated, but, like, beautifully so. It's very good. Being this kind of, like, especially a religious outsider, given, like, the connotations of everything that's happening on this island, it's very good, very well done.
Another question I'm going to throw out there is, I noticed when I watched Haunting of Hill House and then House of Bly Manor, obviously that was like a continuation, and there's, like, similar characters, but there was also, like, similar nods, even though they're different, like, locations and different stories being told. Like, he sort of, like, reused some of the ghosts and some of the, like, techniques and stuff like that. Does this live in the same world, or
No.
is it a completely different thing?
Completely different, for sure.
Okay.
I do also think that, like, The Haunting of Bly Manor and Hill House are different. They're different. I don't know if they're the same world, because the actors, like, Mike Flanagan likes to continue to use the actors in multiple different settings. So in Bly Manor, for example, Raul played Owen, who was just this really cute, like, funny chef, like, upbeat, always kind of, like, trying to see a positive here, and going through a lot of struggles himself externally, but not really showing all that in the house. It was really well done. And then in this one, obviously, he's a completely different character and was not in Hill House. Kate Siegel, I believe, has been in all three. And Henry Thomas has been in all three. So, I presume he was in Bly Manor. Who is, by the way, the kid from E.T.
No way.
Yeah,
What?
he's the dad.
Wait a second.
Elliot.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've actually seen The Haunting of Hill House, but I did recently watch Bly Manor, which was just excellent.
Elliot Rod.
Yeah, Henry Thomas was in both. All three, as well as Kate Siegel.
That's amazing.
I went drinking with him one night.
Did you really?
I did.
Like, what?
Went drinking with a lot of people in my day.
Yeah.
Are you going to speak in cowboy on
I am.
the whole screen?
This is his natural voice.
I'm going to be Cowboy Day.
Cowboy PJ,
Um,
aka Crouchy Pants.
but I
Dude,
think
Michael
that-
Trucco's in this.
Yeah, Michael
Trucco's in
Trucco's
that?
in this.
Yeah, Michael
Oh,
Trucco's in this.
shit, that's why he was up in Canada.
Yeah.
Hey.
He went there a while back.
There are some Easter eggs, I think, though. Like, I think you can actually see Mike Flanagan's in Midnight Mass, just like
really?
as an extra drinking coffee somewhere. I think in one of the shops or one of the houses or something, you can kind of see him there. And there's, like, a lot of like, cool posters and stuff on the wall. Like, there's a poster of 7 on the wall and stuff. It's just, like, really interesting nods to other films and stuff. Yeah, it's good. Go watch it. Like,
I'm
I
gonna.
think it's really good.
I added it to my list.
Yay! Excellent.
It's a pretty good trailer. Just to talk about the trailer real quick. The way they use the music, it's kind of like that upbeat. You're kind of like, oh, not that it's going to be a rom-com, but you're kind of like, oh,
And
I
then
wonder
it
what this is going to
shifts.
be about. And then that Pelham hit
Mhm.
hits, and then it gets that super eerie kind of like record scratch kind of like and then that one chorus beat starts to just like repeat. It's driving you a little mad, like as you're hearing it and then seeing these like fucked up shit that's going down. But it's kind of weird. They don't show a lot of like fucked up shit. It's very subtle. Like where House of Bly Manor, they were pretty apt like to like there's gonna be ghosts in this and it's gonna be scary. This is very again, the creepiness is in the characters, you know, sort of like when you see the priest and he's like holding that cup up and it totally looks like blood, by the way. And, you know, you see like, you know, the kid like starting to walk, you know, and as the priest is holding up the sacrament, you're like, this is creepy. And the people marching down the path, and then that one guy, I don't know who that character is, but that one guy just walking in the field when chaos is going on.
Oh
around
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Oh, that was
sipping coffee.
Henry Thomas at the end.
Is that Henry Thomas?
Yeah, like the end of the trailer where it's like this like fire and people running around and stuff like that. It's just his almost silhouette, like he's very lowly lit. It's excellent.
Yeah. I don't know why that shot in any movie, that shot always just cracks me up. There's always that one dude who's in shock and he's just like well, mass murder and chaos and looting is happening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would be interested to see your take on
sometimes it's
this.
comical and sometimes it's like, okay, that tracks, but I guess I don't know.
I would say, I also think, like, I mean, going back to the fact that it's really well lit, there's some really beautiful lighting moments in this, and I feel like it does contrast heavily to the others. So like the Haunting of Hill House and the Haunting of Bly Manor, it's just such a different vibe. It's such a different feel, and there's a lot of like candlelight and really low lit shots and like dilapidated houses and stuff, and it's very beautiful. I'd be interested to see if you do go back and watch any of the others, like Haunting of Hill House and Bly Manor, how you think it would hold up against them.
Yeah, I really like Dr. Sleep. It didn't do that great, but
it didn't do good at all.
I thought it was really well done.
Because I don't like The Shining. Don't come at me, fans.
I mean,
don't do it.
I don't think you need to like. It's actually a different film than The Shining. Like it without spoiling too much, because it actually sets up a larger world that The Shining lives in, which is actually pretty fascinating.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's actually
Maybe I'll watch that then.
It's actually almost like an origin story, which is kind of cool. And you don't see it coming until like near the end, but yeah, I don't know. It was actually pretty smartly done the way they handled that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So if that's any indication of like how clever this may be series, but you said it's just an anthology. This is just a single story. You don't think it's going to continue?
No, I don't.
Because it seems like it's going to be successful. Like it's going to do pretty well.
Yeah, I think so.
There's been a lot of like limited series lately.
I can't say that. I think it's going to be this series.
Well, let me put it this way: if anything does good enough,
there's always a way. Yeah.
There's always a way to
make
a sequel.
That's true.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see like another one. I just don't think would it be done as well as this, like in the same context and everything, because the world they've built here on Crockett Island is so fascinating because it's incredibly relatable, and that's almost terrifying. Like that's really unnerving. There's an amazing character in this, Bev Keane. You see her in there, and she's the one that kind of is like, I'm so excited you're here for what's to come and all this kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. She's just truly like just the worst person. But she's so good. Her name is Samantha Sloan. I'm so sorry for butchering that, Samantha. If you ever see this.
She's the one at the very end, right? Like she's greeting them. Yeah, that creeped me out.
Yeah. She's just like, fuck. Like she's so fucking good, but her character is so unnerving and terrifying, and I would hate to meet somebody like that. But I know they exist. Because of the
they seem like the kind of people that are always smiling and like, you know, like no matter what is going on, like they're just sitting on the porch, like everything's burning around them and they're just smiling, sipping coffee, just kind of like watching the world burn. Like,
like her character's incredibly devout and everything, right? So it's like God has a plan type thing. And but it's like it's devout to almost a fault, and I think that's such a great message in this whole thing, this like whole show. Such an interesting take on.
Yeah, well, and I think that's. I mean, let's talk about that for a second, because, I grew up religious, but am not religious. So, I understand the idea of like what the basis of church and there's good for it, but I also think blind faith has flaws, right? Like there is a problem when people follow things blindly without asking questions and questioning reasons behind something. So, for example, like, not to make, like, like there was a point when I grew up, and like we went to church more often than I enjoyed, because church in essence is kind of boring, like for a kid, it's just not, there's not the most, I'd rather be playing video games. And there's a moment, I remember they used to walk, it's like we went to this like really cool, like it looked like a cathedral almost, and in the interior, and I remember there was a moment where they used to walk down the aisle, like at the procession where they go from, they open the doors, and the guy with the, like, he's doing the whole like incense in the front, and they're walking down, and the priest is holding the Bible up in front of him, and then they get to the altar, and it used to be like this old ratty, like leather bound like Bible, and then there was a point where like I don't know when it was like when I was in high school, after I've been going for a while, and I was in high school, and I go to church, I go to like midnight mass, and he's walking down, he starts to walk down, and it's just this giant gold laden, like encased Bible, and I'm like, what, we've lost the script here, like
well, that's the problem.
They got more budget, they got too ahead of themselves, like
I'm the organizations behind it, and the interpretation that's behind it, and the business is built around that interpretation. That's the problem.
Exactly. So like I get building community, and I get having good morals and good faith, and having faith for something that is leading you to be a better person.
Yeah.
But when you're blindly following something that is either might be making bad decisions, helping you lead yourself towards bad decisions, then I don't understand that. And if they go down any of that sort of conversation in this, I think that's, and any time they bring up a show or a movie brings up that in religion and how these zealots, these, but there has to be that gray area too, because they're not all bad people. The church isn't inherently bad, but there are bad tones, and but there's also really good tones.
Yeah, and I think like the biggest, it's not even an issue with this. I think there's a lot said here about blind faith. You're totally right. You're totally on the right track, Drew. I just think they could do more of a resolve around that, but also the fact that they don't is interesting, right? Because it's like you can never convince somebody otherwise, really. Like if they're so blindly devoted and committed like that, then they're just going to be that way forever, and it's very unlikely that you're going to change the circumstance. So that's interesting. Like this kind of, there's a lot of people who would probably not practice that religion, and there's a few on the island that aren't religious at all, and they're just like, so that's interesting. I like that, but I don't think there's enough of that. Like there's not enough questioning, I guess. But that's just my opinion. I might need to watch it again. So
I don't have a strong opinion on religion. I don't have a strong opinion on religion. I just think the world would be a much better place if it never existed.
Interesting.
I don't. That's interesting. I mean, I could argue both sides. I do agree. Like if you look in the past, like war and and taxes and the things that church perpetrated were not good. But I think the organization of values that they put forth now, whether or not those values were enforced rightly or wrongly, I don't know. But without rules, there is chaos.
Have you read the happiness hypothesis?
I have not.
It's a great book, and it explains the psychology behind religion, and it talks about how people that are religious are happier. And the reason is because they have the belief that they find happiness in the fact that it's not just up to them, that there's somebody else controlling it, and that they can let go of personal responsibility and be a little happier knowing that it's God's will. That I just can't live with. That just, to me, is just like, fuck that. And then the community is the other part. People need that like-minded people together. But you get the same thing by joining a Serenity group. You get the same thing by joining a Star Wars fan-based group. Like that same thing comes from any community group that you join in with like-minded people. So right now you can sign up at CouchSoup and become a member.
Become a member of our like-minded community where we shit on the church. I completely agree with you. That idea of being able to wash away your sins kind of is just like an absolution to do terrible things, or the permission to do terrible things, because like, oh, I give 10 Hail Marys and who cares, like, it's sort of a weird, there's weird loopholes.
I understand that though, but I think like that's exploitation of a religious belief. Like I grew up Catholic, and you have to be contrite. Like it has to be true contrition. You have to believe that you are sorry in order to like essentially qualify to be, absolved of your sins. So there's definitely people like extremists and stuff who would just like
people just say I'm sorry.
Yeah, loosely follow the guidelines.
Go back to ripping people off.
Yeah, and they just think that they're like, I'm religiously above everybody else, and that's just not true. And I think that's true of all religions. I think at the heart of all religions is like peace and love and joy.
What was that TV evangelist the other day?
There's something on the other side.
That TV evangelist the other day said the reason why COVID's not over is because they haven't been sending him enough money.
No. I don't know. I've not seen that. It's hilarious.
I've often thought about starting my own church.
Go for it.
The Church of PJ sounds pretty good. Or maybe just the
Church
Book
of
of
Grashy
PJ.
Pants.
Church of Soup.
When I wrote the Softwire books, I really got into quantum physics, and then way below quantum physics, there's this whole quantum physics philosophy, and it's basically when you look at shit like The Secret and stuff, and and Planck said matter isn't there until it's observed, and you get down into that, and the whole idea behind it is that you, the observer, is what creates your reality. And then that's where the philosophy comes out of that. And so Marisa, Marisa's crazy wild art, I took those pieces of art and then these weird, quantum physics sayings, and I put them on these cards, and I would sell them at Comic-Cons. And I shit you not, I would get emails like 7-page dissertations about people that had taken them and blown them up, and they put them on their walls, and they live by what said on the back of the cards and stuff. I was like,
wow,
should have started a religion.
Yeah. Didn't you have a religious video game idea?
Oh, I had a great one. I'm not giving that game away yet. I got to find. I went to a
you
church.
Gotta make that game.
I went to one of the biggest churches in Orange County to try to get them involved to back it, and the guy straight face looked at me and goes, "We don't have any money." Yeah. Okay. Hey, nice Porsche, by the way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
We don't have any money.
Church of PJ sounds like
this
a creepy
wall's
slumber
made
party.
of gold. You can just melt that down.
Enjoy that gold wall. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Good show.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, I didn't grow up like my family is like Catholic on my mom's side, and then like my dad's side, they're like they went to church a little bit, but not really. So like for me, I didn't really grow up in it a whole lot, but I've had like little glimpses of stuff. So it's like I don't know like a whole lot, but I like I feel like not to go down like a whole religion rabbit hole.
Oh, we're there.
Oh yeah, we're
You
there.
know,
we're looking
we're
around the
there.
block.
Stephanie, come
We're
join us.
done. Okay, I'll be right there in 5 seconds. No, I mean, I feel like it was something in the past, like when people needed like hope, or like it was something that kind of gave them like purpose.
And they needed a
whether
police
there was
force,
like
too. The Roman Empire needed to expand its rules, so it left the church behind because it didn't have enough soldiers.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. This channel will get
This is a whole
demonetized in
nother
5
episode.
minutes.
Oh my gosh.
But talk about like the show that we're looking at there. A good buddy of mine, Patty Van Horn, he grew up in a cult. Like his whole life he was in a cult, and then his mom tried to get him out of the cult, and she got pulled into the cult, and he got out, and she stayed in, and then finally she left too. But the stories he told me about that place, I was like, holy shit.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Is he free next week?
I always told him that's the movie you got to write.
That is.
Oh, yeah, that is. No, I think this looks really interesting, especially like even if it is just kind of not like a jump scare kind of a show, but just playing off of like what we've been talking about, just that slight horror of how like whether it's like perfection or like because the town's not like perfect obviously, but whatever it may be, like it is kind of interesting to think about. Or like when you look at like even like old world, like dated beliefs. Like I'm excited to see like how all of this unfolds just based off of like the little glimpses, the little tastes of like all these different characters that we've seen, what the town's like. You kind of already feel like you have a bit of that.
Yeah.
Or even like healing, like the factor that he's letting this girl walk, and then I think you see her in the next shot in like a little mermaid moment, like on a boat with some boy.
Yeah.
So like I'm curious too.
Yeah. I mean, if you hear their rendition of "Kiss the Girl," that'll be really interesting how that fits in.
But I'm curious, like
Yeah, la, 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 la.
I'm sure she's gonna face some sort of
Yeah.
like, or they're gonna
Listen,
face
let's
some
just-
sort of
let's just
consequences.
Bring it up. Let's just turn this into a viewing party.
Okay.
Come on, put the first episode on. Kick back. I got a
I
little
would
bottle of wine
fucking
in the
do
bag.
it, man.
Let's
That we
do
would get
this.
struck on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I
Like,
fucking
you
would. We could
can't-
do it on Thursday as part of like Drew's
Okay.
Soup. Drew's Soup
Wait.
and Altered Beast cruise chat on Thursday. So if you remember,
This Thursday?
yeah,
Yes.
Did somebody send me a calendar invite?
Yes.
yes. I feel like
Thursdays
I
are
did.
tough
If
for us.
not,
Who
I will
picked a
send it to you.
Thursday?
I know. I'm so sorry. That was Drew's
I think we
doing.
did.
It was all Drew's. It was all Drew. It's not me.
Drew picked a Thursday. Oh,
Drew
Jesus
picked a
Christ! There it
Thursday.
is.
It was I
3:30.
was either Wednesday or Thursday.
So
Do you know how
rude.
cranky we are, Drew? By 3:30.
Yeah.
Like,
I
we
know.
have-
That's
Listen,
how much
get
fun
a
we
bottle
do.
three,
of
4
wine
o'clock-
and
4
join
And
us for a
unwind
watch
with-
party. We'll watch the first episode.
We're gonna go
have
to
a
church. We're gonna go
Go
to
to
The
four
Church of
client
Mike
meetings,
Flanagan.
then
We're
we're
just
gonna
gonna go to
go
the
do
Church of Mike
this.
Flanagan.
Yes.
No, it's the
This
Church of
first.
PJ. Come on, guys.
the
Come
church.
And you have to listen to his 45-minute sermon on wine.
Yes.
You know, I
Good.
am actually an ordained minister.
I know.
Oh.
You
I
married
married
You
Drew.
did
That's
marry
right.
Drew and his wife.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
right.
amazing.
I married
Aw,
Anthony. I married another friend of ours.
That's really
Yeah,
nice.
I'm a minister. I'm a minister, and Alan's a minister. And then Nathan got mad that we were ministers, so he called the church, and he's a bishop. He paid
Oh, I
more
love
money
it.
and got to be a bishop,
I love it.
so he could just tell us what to do.
Nice.
Bishop Fillion.
Bishop Fillion.
I want to be at that like wedding that he would be presiding over. I want to do that.
That would be
Yeah.
great.
It'd be on a spaceship.
Sitting in the background with like popcorn.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, Netflix is on Netflix right now. You can binge watch all 7 episodes. Midnight
Matthew's
Mass.
right. Universal Life Church. That's it, buddy.
Damn right, Matthew.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I'm still waiting for them to like deny my marriage. Be like, that doesn't count. Universal Life Church.
They
is not-
haven't denied it yet, right?
No, I know. I can't believe it went through. I was
At
I was
Anthony's
actually
wedding.
worried.
you were
Anthony's
literally
wedding-
shocked. You're like, oh shit, this is real. Oh,
Yeah,
This
I'm
this
actually
happened.
married. I
Crap.
was hoping it was really fake.
Look, there's
I
my
could just
card.
get out of it.
I'm a card carrying member.
oh,
right there.
Oh, you get a card too?
wow.
That's cool.
So if you want to get married, just reach out to marriage@couchsoup.com. There's a small fee to the minister.
Don't.
Okay.
It doesn't. Or do actually. That's also fine.
Do you accept wine?
Yeah.
Always. What a dumbass question. Who asked that? Of course. Yes.
Of
Do
course.
anything for wine.
Oh no way.
Well, until next time, till we're all married.
Yeah.
PJ.
Yes.
Until we're all married. But yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. Let us know if you want us to review anything that is coming up. Pop them in the comments. And if you like this video,
Yes.
give us a thumbs up. And maybe a subscribe.
Thank you all. You all go have a good day, okay?
Y'all,
Y'all have a good
Y'all.
day now,
PJ.
okay?
hope PJ sends you off.
Alright, take care then everybody. Bye.
Praise
Bye,
God.
guys.
Bye.